An extrude, in relation to 3D modeling, describes the process of taking a two-dimensional profile and making it three-dimensional by giving it some thickness. A simple example of this would be taking a circle and making it into a cylinder, or turning a square into a cube. I have here the finished sketch for the pinhead, and I can extrude this sketch without exiting sketch mode. I'll head to the 3D Model tab, find the Extrude tool on the Create panel, and click on it to bring up the Extrude dialog box. Since I only want to extrude the hexagon sketch, I'll select the hexagon instead of both the hexagon and the circle. As a side note, you don't need fully constrained geometry to create extrudes, but you do need to have a closed sketch profile. I can control the extrusion depth by dragging this arrow or by inputting a distance value here. If you don't care about the exact depth, clicking and dragging the arrow is a quick and easy way to explore different scenarios. And notice that the preview updates with all the adjustments I make by adding 3D material to the sketched base. Currently, the direction option is set to default. The default option simply means that I want to take my profile and extrude it in a single direction using a specified depth. I can flip the direction by clicking the flipped icon here, or add material evenly on both sides of the sketch by using this symmetric button. When using symmetric, the distance value represents the total depth, not the depth on each side, and Inventor takes care of splitting half to each side. If you need to add more material to one side of the sketch than the other, you can activate the asymmetric option. This allows you to specify a unique depth for each side, as well as different end conditions for each direction. I'll switch back to using default and type in an extrusion distance of 50 millimeters. The 2 icon here lets you extrude up to a reference rather than a set distance. But since I don't have existing geometry to reference, I'll leave it set to 50 and press OK to end the command and create the extrude. If you take a look at the browser window on the left, notice that the extrusion feature is there instead of the sketch. This represents the feature I just created. And if I expand the feature, the sketch is nested underneath it, since the sketch's geometry drives how a feature looks. A solid bodies folder was also created, and if I look inside, you can see that there is a single solid body shown that I can expand to see its browser history. Understanding these browser relationships is important because the browser serves as a history of all the features and sketches that you've created, and is where you'll go later to check or modify your features. I'm satisfied with the pinhead I just created, so in the next lesson, I'll create the cylindrical post to complete the pin part.